Hey, welcome back YouTube. It is bright and early. We continue MSQ today, try to get through more Stormblood. We just learned about Lakshmi, the primal for the Ananta, and let's go ahead and get into it. At risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I've been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, rather your life, to address these threats. The primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Ramu would sooner keep to the forest with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her onto this world. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north you will find our village. Sarisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Naga, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Well, I was gonna say, I'm not really sure why we're taking this detour when we could go east and check on Manago. We just found Manago. Just checked on her. Now we're being confronted with a primal problem, which takes precedent. Talk about alliterations. I just want us to be in the Peering Stones already. I just want us to be in the peaks. I wonder if they changed that. I don't... Maybe. Has it always been that the Aether Currents are always on your trajectory of, like, where you go with story? I could have sworn that I actually had to, like, look for them out of my way for... We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visit? Greetings and well met. You are the scions of the seventh dawn. We come seeking Sarisha of the Vira. You are she, are you not? You have petitioned us for aid and succor, and we intend to provide them. But we would first learn more of Sri Lakshmi, that we might better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. A simple request, and one which I shall gladly oblige. In the beginning was Sri Lakshmi. We were created in her image, daughters blessed with your beauty. Her breath became ours, her serenity our solace. There is naught she would give. It was the Kalyana, Broadmother's desire to bring about her daughter's resurrection, which first called forth Sri Lakshmi from the Aether. That being the case, I rather doubt the goddess will be spoiling for a fight. It would depend. The primal's motives will have been colored by the summoner's state of mind, namely that of a grieving mother who had just borne witness to her daughter's murder. Though she apparently craved a miracle, she may also have harbored thoughts of vengeance. Moreover, the Kalyani's conception of Sri Lakshmi may differ from that of the Vira. This is true. Vira and the Kalyana do not indeed regard the Lady of Bliss in different ways. To the Vira, Sri Lakshmi embodies freedom. She would not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will, and so we stand with the resistance against the Empire, give our lives for the cause. To the Kalyana, however, she embodies transcendental beauty, which they strive to create through their craft. The shape crystal is less art and more ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is imbued with a fragment of the soul. The Imperials do not interfere with this holy work, and so the Kalyana were content to turn inward and ignore our plight. Until reality asserted itself, and they summoned a primal, a fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely you can see that it won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Ananta will. Kalyana bade the Vira make pilgrimage to pay proper respects, remember? Those who do not wish to partake of the primal's bliss will be made to do so. While we're around, they won't. Our beliefs are not the same. We are still kin to the Kalyana. Will you help them see reason? You can count on us. That second option is very aggressive. Then we shall, for without you, we may be powerless to stop them. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. And it's settled. We're going to find that primal and put an end to this. My sister Vajra will guide you to Denard Ghat, and I shall pray for your success. I am Vajra, she who shines bright and unbroken. I stand ready. We leave upon your command. You are ready. Look ready. Janan Khat, there you find the Kalyana's crystals, and Sri Lakshmi. Follow me. Would that I could, but you disappeared. Oh god, how the hell do you... Wait, no, I can't fly yet. Oh, do I need flying? Better not need flying. Janan Khat. Path leads to an entrance above. Within is an aetherite. Must use it to enter. Understood. With me, everyone.
Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Only the vessel may be remade, not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alisaie, have you gone mad?
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood.
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you'd just listen!
Poor misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens.
Oh shit, that's badass. And we did it? Nice.
Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
I know. It was stupid and foolish, but I had to try, MSQ. I had to try, and I failed. So you have to fight. There's no other way. Thank you, MSQ. I know you will. We can but do that which is within our power. Lise, Elfnode, and I will go seize their crystal stores. This will not happen again. You, when it is finished, we will be waiting for you. Ammunition now accessible. Alright, as soon as this Q pops, we'll see you in there. Alright, I believe we have a Q pop. Hopefully. Hopefully. That's what I was afraid of. Alright, we'll see you in Q pops. Okay, we got another Q pop, but I waited for us to actually get in case one person, again, withdraws. But here we go.
your weary souls in my bosom.
In the bosom.
I shall free you from your hate.
Should have been doing that the whole time. Meditate. My grill. I understand why people already have one and then they want to collect more. You don't need to collect more. You just need the one. Greedy sons of bitches. Nice. We actually did that. We've been doing those pretty smooth. I gotta say, this group has been doing really well. And adjusting to each other.
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help. So, it looks like the Ananta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope, our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Girabania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Fadola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble, sir? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
I wish we could have left on better terms, but that was never going to happen. It'd be a problem if they get their hands on any more crystals, though. Never mind. Deal with that when the time comes. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sister sing the praise of the Icon's slayer. Let us bear word of them to Sri Lakshmi's passing. And friends, to Vera Nelia. Why is it so hard to traverse this land? Oh, if only that would be a shortcut. Oh, there we go. The winds whispered of your success, and your eyes confirmed their testimony. Lady of Bliss no longer holds our Kalyana sisters in her thrall. For this, we thank you. MSQ did the deed. We were but witnesses to his heroism. However, I fear this is only the beginning. There is no cure for that which drives the desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sisters' plight at our peril. This we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path so that the day you speak of never comes. We're all in this together, Alamigans and Ananta. We understand that. Hopefully in time they will too. You and yours will ever be friends of the Vera. That you have my word. We should be getting back to the Peering Stones. Thank you again, Sarusha, for everything. Okay, so the Peering Stones is that. Okay, so then what's to the east here? Oh, it's the peaks, and then who knows? For now, we need to go back to there, so we're just gonna teleport. Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Tartaplin came to render aid, but I hear that won't be necessary. It won't. Sri Lakshmi's gone. I should probably start at the beginning. Incredible. I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. You've saved a lot of lives, MSQ. Take pride in that. It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which will bear further investigation. In any event, the Kalyani's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient aether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vera on how best to enforce said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters, then. What news of the Imperials? None. Which itself is troubling. It seems as though the skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Villadina. Regardless of their reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally. It was almost It was also most empathetic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would do naught for the warrior of light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or quick as him, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. Aye, you've earned the respite, so enjoy it. The same goes for you, Nago. Been away from your family for too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make most of our time here. Looks like it's up to me and mine to give you a proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for this occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of Veladina. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, eat your fill of our food, and drink deep of our spirits. There is more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if I do. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. You know, seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. Father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Ida would prepare it with herbs and spices. My mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other. It was enough for me. They wouldn't let us even have that. Theodore, Gaius. Of course, Father and Ida had to fight. I'd have too. I'd been older. They didn't have to die. Never ends, does it? They call us beasts. They treat us like them. They push and they push and they... Till someone pushes back. Till someone takes up arms or summons a god, a false god. The 12 are watching us. What are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die and nothing gets better and it just goes on and on and on? There is no justice, just us. I know. That's why we're here, isn't it? Thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, or if there even are any. Either way, life goes on, and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. Must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day. Let's see what it brings. Sleep well, MSQ. There's something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? Let's cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will always be there, waiting for us to return. I trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There is a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need only to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. You all might walk down the ramp, but I'm not. Ions, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Alighieri, and many have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, eh?
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches. That's why the Imperials built Specula Imperatoris where they did. See those 3 towers to the east? That's her. Sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. In the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. See now why Villadino is so important? Right then, come along. They're waiting for us in Alighieri. Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you have been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine. The Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Our timing is impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves and join us when you are ready. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. First we're gonna attune to this 8th ray. Then everyone, then let us begin. Alighieri is ours, and for a mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperials' motivations, or Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable? We searched the village and found no traps or signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Al Amigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castrum Urbania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means that we will need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as though it would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see, and we have no choice but to accept what we have been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I've no doubt that Xenos has got something planned. We'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Alighieri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you in the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on MSQ after what he's been through. But at least let the rest of us do our part. If she wants to fight, I say let her fight. Thanks. I know you would understand. I happen it would be best if I accompanied you. Alice can stay with the mask. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. Meanwhile, deep within an Imperial research facility. That's not good.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Guardians are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alighieri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specula Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty us to you. Found you.
I forgot about that, Cred. So full of fire and ego, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Arvenald's squadron. They are already searching other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. Alright, we're coming across the second destination, but I'm going to grab this Aether Current first. Give me a moment, MSQ. Say that again, if you would. No. Maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was Arvenald. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, MSQ? Any trouble? And there I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Specula Imperators is going well.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Zeno said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Zenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
Is she getting the echo? If she has the echo, then I question are involved.
Seven hells!
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
At 12, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. Heard it too, didn't you? Must have been the cannon at Castromabania. That was an Imperial installation, and their troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. Don't know if the shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. Alright, that's going to do it for this block, everybody. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying, and we'll see you in the next one.